Okay, now we are live, buddy. So we are going to be doing some X's and O's. Let's
X's
check
and O's.
our X's and Snows. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Get shareable link. There you go. Publish. All right. Now, I'm going to go into the live area. This should be saying connect software to go live. There we go. We are live. Okay. It is saying that we are live. That's good. All right. Now, let's give this a little bit of time for maybe a couple people to show out. So, all right. What's up, everybody? We
Yo.
are live exclusively on Patreon and to our YouTube channel. You can watch it right from our YouTube channel if you have the personal link from our Patreon channel. Thank you all for signing up for free. This is something that we are trying to introduce into our upcoming new season with some exclusive watch alongs for you guys. And we wanted to try this out. Maybe we'll give another try before the new year gets here. This is going to be something we're going to be working out a lot of the kinks with and knowing where we have to show our link to and where we're going to be getting all the feedback from. So, and we might even just be doing a regular watch along between me and Jim tonight, if anything. So it won't even be much of a difference. But seems like something cool that we're going to be dishing out tonight. So if you guys have been watching the last couple episodes and the Netflix series that we've been doing, the Mr. McMahon series, we've been doing that for over the last month, and we took a week or two off, right, Jim?
Yeah. Well, we had the Halloween special with Matt.
That's right.
Um I can't remember. Oh, you know what it was? We were going to do episodes 5 and 6 on the Patreon. And then
Yes, that's right.
so we did the Halloween special, and then we I think we did like we did like a WWE recap because we hadn't talked wrestling, like current wrestling, in a minute.
Uh-huh.
And I think we talked Eagles too because they were hitting like their stride, and we hadn't talked the Eagles in a minute.
In a couple weeks too. Yeah, that's right.
And I
Yeah.
talked. We finally talked about the Phillies losing in the like. We were in the middle of the first 4 episodes of McMahon when all of that stuff was happening, so we hadn't even touched on any of that. So you got sick last week, and we're like, let's just do episode 5 last week. And
Right.
cool. Let's get episode 6 in before your life is about to take a turn. So schedule wise. So
Yeah. Yeah. So then we figured we'll just get tonight, do the concluding episode of this. I'm excited for it because when we finally, left off on episode 5, I think the cliffhanger was, obviously the fact that Vince was starting to get into a lot of like himself and only like a lot of things like that people were trying to tell him that are like not so great. He's like, well, I don't see anything wrong with it. And,
just
it was
trusting
just
his
so
own
much,
instinct and doing whatever he wants. Yeah.
so much going over his head, and the fact that he didn't see the big picture of like these things are like really putting a perspective on like your family and everything. He's like, it's great TV to me.
It's such good shit.
It's
Yeah.
such good shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's back then when we were watching, we didn't really think of that because again, he was catering to that targeted our audience of our age at that time, and we were like, yeah, hot girls wrestling, what's more better than this?
I mean, I tuned in regularly,
Yeah,
so
we were tuning in pretty much. And
yeah.
now when you look at it, you're like, okay, now I can see where it was a little bit more triggering than what it was. And if you saw the backstory to it, it would have been definitely a little bit more different watching it. But I think that's anything in history that happens. When you look back on it, you're like, yeah, that was probably pretty bad. But it wouldn't probably go well in today's society because it was a totally different time back then. But, you know, I'm excited to get this last episode in. And, if you guys are tuning in during it, what you gotta do if you guys want to comment with us in real time, again, this is on our YouTube channel. And if you're coming in straight from Patreon, uh, I think the only way for what we know right now is logging on to your YouTube account, and you'll be able to comment with us. We will see your comments. And the only people that are seeing this right now are only on Patreon because we have it as an exclusive link. So whoever has the link, which is you guys on Patreon, will be seeing this. So, we would like to try to tell people not to share the link if they know how to, but stuff gets shared all over the internet these days, but it would kind of make more PR for us. So it's all good. We're not gonna be mad at you.
Yeah.
So, it's not like we're getting paid or giving out money for this. It's not like we're losing out on anything. But,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
if this was paid tier Patreons, if there was the paywall for it, then different story.
totally
This is
different story. Yeah,
we're we're in the beta mode of the Patreon thing, as in this is our very first one ever. So
exactly. So a lot of bugs, a lot of like, hey, we probably could have done this better, but we didn't know what we were doing. And after the third, fourth, fifth time, it'll be, hopefully cranked out. So, uh, yeah, I see we got one person in the viewing bucket right now, so we don't know who it is, but thank you all for tuning in. If it is who we think it is, I hope hopefully it is our little buddy. But if it is, how you doing, man? We're gonna be getting into the watch along very soon in a minute or two. Just wanted to give a little bit of time for people to get the notifications, get comfortable, because that's what we like to do when we watch these. Get loose, get comfortable. That we like to have a dranky drank or two. So
get loose. Yeah, I'm drinking
yeah,
this Mandarin orange water right now. So good.
sweet, sweet.
And you got a little dranky drank of your own.
I forgot to get one right before we started. So before we actually get started, I might run over to the refrigerator and just get something real quick. So if
You
you
know,
can,
you could do that right this second, and I'll
I
just
could do that right this second. So that's what I was going to say. You can just stall the audience for me real quick. I'm going to go get that drink. So
I
and
will
then
hold down
we'll
the
get
fort.
started. All right, let me go get that.
Yep, yep. Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Thursday podcasting. I think Anthony and I might have done one or two Thursdays where we were just batching an episode because, like this time of the year, a couple years ago, we knew the holidays were coming. But as far as sitting to record, our normal is it used to be Tuesday nights, but then we moved it to Monday to give us an extra day in the week to uh, produce and edit the episode. So this is kind of nice because there's no post production for this. We can just live stream the episode. Or yeah, and this I guess is our first Patreon recording.
Exclusive.
It's
Yeah,
exclusive. Like I was just saying, I wouldn't call this an episode because this doesn't necessarily like these Patreon exclusive recordings that we're doing.
won't be to the public.
Yeah, and I don't even know that we would call them episodes per se
Yeah,
because
we'll have to think of a unique uh word for it other than like exclusive episode. Ding 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 ding
S
ding ding. So
so,
we'll have to think of something unique.
yeah, well, when South Park releases their specials, it's just a special.
Right.
It's not an episode in a season where there's multiple episodes that are a part of the season. It's just, "Hey, this is the pandemic special," or, this would just be the Mr. McMahon finale special watch along
Right. Right.
for Patreon. So, something of
And
that nature.
and again, this would be a kind of cool idea since we kind of have this going. Now we have a little bit of these things of different ideas start flowing. I know the last 2 years, me and Jim have watched our um, best of series, usually like the week before it gets uploaded. It'd be kind of cool maybe if we have the time that we just do that exclusively on the Patreon and all our Patreon people get to watch along with it in real time, and then before it gets to the public. So that would be kind of a cool thing.
Not upset at the idea at all. We
So
can
we get,
totally do that.
we get to, speak in real time with our, Patreon people. They get to, see something exclusive right before everybody else. And, it, something like ideas like that. We can go wild with the possibilities.
Yeah, and if, any language is a thing, you're gonna catch it uncensored on the
Yeah.
Patreon
Yeah.
because I mean, I'm the one that really needs to watch the language posting. Anthony is like, I mean, whatever, free speech over here.
Yeah. I mean, with the new job, we can't be on social media doing work. And they kind of usually say, like, just, you know, be appropriate on social media. I mean,
Yeah,
we're not saying you can't be on it, but don't be, acting a fool on social media. You know what I mean? And like if you're talking about the company, you know, be professional about it. Don't
yeah.
so it's all in good nature and on it all makes sense, you know.
Right. Well, you are a representation of your company's brand whenever you're posting on the internet.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
um, the going live on Patreon aspect. Granted, this one is free, so I'm not going to be cursing like a sailor. um, but
Yeah.
when we do, eventually we will have a paywall tier,
Right.
at which if you guys are feeding this podcast, little corporation that Anthony and I have going on here,
Some doll hairs.
some doll hairs. Anthony is on the tail end of Mucinex DM
I know.
2024.
I know, dude. I cannot wait for this to be done. It's like, but to be surprised, this is the best I've felt in a week. So
It's because you knew one, we were doing this, and I was excited that you picked tonight because tomorrow is a big day for you. I don't you can talk about
yeah, I
it if you
mean,
want.
again, this isn't going to be out to the public. So again, we only have one other person with us right now, so it'll eventually get into an episode. But for right now, I recently made a career change. My job was letting me go at the end of the year, so and I made it public in our episode back in early December that I got furloughed. And I came back to the job later that year, and they were letting me go again at the end of this year. So I had to look for a job. I finally found one at the end of October, and I am starting that job this coming Monday. So I'm very excited to start something new. And tomorrow is my last day of 15 years being with this company. So it's bittersweet. This week has been fast, but it's been an eye opener to be like, wow, this company has taught me so much. It's taken me so many places that I would have never thought. And it's going to start going remote. So, to not really get into logistics of, the stuff with the company, they're just going remote. And, so basically taking everything down and closing up shop, it's kind of been really bittersweet to see, everything that we've accumulated over, since 2012 being in this spot that I'm in. And, just to see it all going is a real mind blowing, thing to do. Just be like, well, if this isn't going to be anything meaningful, throw it out. And that's where 80-90% of the stuff is just going because uh, it's just the fact that we're not going to have any use for it. So that's what I've been doing this week is just kind of really just going through the different labs we have and being like, okay, is this going to be useful? If not, chuck it. And so and then I was, helping out on the other side, just, shredding papers, doing all this stuff. So yeah, it's been a hard thing to go through, but I'm glad that Monday I start my orientation. So I'll be getting into the new career and I'll, get into details later uh on a public episode about what I do cuz right now I have like a somewhat of an idea of what I'll be doing, but I'll have a more clear thing once my training starts. So it looks like the first couple days are going to be like an orientation, and then I'll slowly get into my training. So once I get like a week or two into the training, I'll have a better idea of what's going to be going down with my new job.
If you had 30 seconds to explain the job that you were just doing for the past 15 years, could you do it? 30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah. So I mainly worked with probiotics for chronic kidney health. So we had a product that took probiotic bacteria, and when the kidneys are no longer functioning, a lot of these bad toxins are become built up in the gut. And what our probiotics do is basically counteract the balance of the gut microbiome to ease the burden on the failing kidney. So we've had a lot of people who are really successful with
5
getting
seconds.
their bun levels and then being a little bit more better and their quality of life was better on the product. Ding.
Dang. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. I had a whole spiel because I used to be on like conference calls and going to the different states and
uh,
doing the conferences. So I had like a big spiel.
Conferences. Yep.
So I would have like a whole 1 minute spiel, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But then I would have like the small versions, I would have the bigger versions. But uh, it was fun. Like I said, I got to go and see places that I never thought, and I got to do a lot of cool things. So I'm very blessed to have the experiences that I had there. But I'm looking forward to the new experiences that I'm going to have with this company, however long that's going to be. I don't think it's going to be 15 years, but however long that's going to be.
Yeah, you say that because you were rooted in one place for so long and you're like, "I'll never stay somewhere." Or at least you you kind of indicated to me, sorry. Um, and I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense." I mean, I have seen articles where it's like you should not you should, but basically recommending
Yeah,
that you change jobs every 2 to 3 years. I thought that that was a bad look on your resume,
I
but
always thought too.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like, okay, the flip side of that is if your resume says, okay, I've worked in this company and I was this position, and then you move companies, if you are applying for a different company and you're getting a promotion at the next job, then it's like, okay, well, he did this company at this with this job title, and
Yes,
then it doesn't look bad as long as you're not just job hopping and doing the same level job all the time. Then it just looks like
right.
you can't keep a job, or the job wants to get rid of you, or you don't like staying in one place for too long. And then
Yeah,
I think that the multiple jobs, if you're moving every 2 to 3 years, works if you're elevating your occupational status. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Definitely, I agree. If you're kind of going up and up and up every year instead of staying in a constant like going back and forth from a job, but you're not really, you know, getting higher in your educational level or whatever your field is, then that's a different story. Um, but
Professional development, right?
there you go. But yeah, let's get started on this. watch along. I think we have enough people that we can get this started. So again, guys, if you haven't watched one of our watch alongs before, this again is exclusively on Netflix. So you have to have a Netflix account in order to watch along with us. And we're live streaming this, so we can't show you right on the live stream. We'll get copywritten. This will be coming down in like 2 seconds. So we'll be having the Netflix movie on our end and your end, but you'll just be hearing our commentary. So, and you guys can comment along with us when we're watching, and there's going to be some ads here and there, so we'll tell you guys when there's an ad. We'll give you the time left on where it is, and what we usually have like a 1, 2, 3 go. So, uh, yeah, without further ado, let's get this booted up. So I have my Netflix account on. I have episode 6 booted up. Uh, so whenever you're ready, buddy, I'm ready.
I have 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 46 seconds remaining. How about you?
Let me just press the play button here. Yeah, 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 46.
Yep.
So yep,
I've
cool.
I've got I've got the N because I hit play and then pause, and it's like good go, and it's just pause right there.
Yeah. Yeah, usually if I
We don't
hit that, I'll just press the pause, and then I'll just hit the 10 seconds back, so then it's all the way back to 0 if I ended up having, like, a little bit of the, trailer started. But either way, you know, doing this,
you
I figure
are
everybody's gonna have a little bit of a delay, but,
just ju- just a smidgen.
yeah. So, do you wanna do the honors, bud?
I would love to.
Alright.
Here we go. We are going to go 3, 2, 1, and hit play on the go after one. All right,
Yes, there you go.
and I'll remind everybody since we're doing this live. We'll do it on the go after one. So 3, 2, 1, go is when we're going to hit the play button. All right. Uh,
Absolutely.
let's get to it. I am excited to see this last episode. Here we
Yeah.
go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, go.
Go. Jink the Omi. Yeah, you think?
Go on, Vince.
I'm sure you tapped into it a bunch of times.
Oh, you fit in a lot of times.
His pain? Boy. Oh, I see what they did there. The
Mm,
finish, because
yeah.
he likes to finish when he's not supposed to be doing the things. Oh, look, got a he's got a Trump
God!
podium. Go figure.
Shut up! It's time.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, Twump.
Another gem. Here we go.
Right.
Jeez, I never knew that.
Mm. He's kinda talking like he's talking now.
I mean, haven't seen him do this yet.
Yeah, right, like, wouldn't it be funny if we found out that Vince was the one writing, Donald Trump's speeches the whole time, and it wasn't even Trump just doing all his stuff?
I wouldn't be surprised. I just honestly
Like,
wouldn't be surprised.
I yeah, like, I should have known.
This was after he had his head shaved.
Yeah. Oh, is this the limo
This is the
one?
limo. Yep.
Yep.
Everyone thought Vince McMahon was dead.
Oh my god!
Vince is like, the edit was perfect. Do it.
Oh, yeah. I did not die.
You look like JD McDonough right there for a second.
A little bit. I only got to see a small snippet of Chris Benoit. I really didn't see a lot of him
I
in action.
I loved him. I thought he was great. I was still watching. Mm.
Hmm.
This is when all the chair shots went away
Yep.
and the pile drivers. Bret Hart.
Yeah, like it shouldn't, but
This guy,
oh wow,
I do you remember him?
I do.
Oh,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeesh.
Wow.
Basically, leave us out of this.
Right.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, well, the flying headbutt was his thing.
Yeah, and doing that every
Off
night
the top of a
for
cage.
Thanks, Hulk.
Jeez. And broke his neck.
I was gonna say, and you broke your neck. Yeah.
Then Owen Hart falls and his
Mhm.
head bounces off the turnbuckle and dies.
Right.
Stone Cold just turned heel again.
Yeah. I don't believe it. Yeah. Can we cut?
Leave that part out from now on. Well, look, it's
Tua.
Tua.
Tua. Oof.
Chris Nowinski is public enemy number one from the
Yeah,
sports
right.
world.
I'm working.
That
Yeah, that. Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't hit your head. Not that
Chef
they really said
Boyardee.
don't use them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Mm.
I forgot about the British Bulldog. I knew
I
Tess died.
I forgot about Test. I mean, I know now, but that was one that came up, and I'm like, "Oh, wow, I forgot he did die."
Oh, is Vince gonna blow up again?
Here he goes.
They knew what they were getting into, though. They
Mhm.
signed up for it.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Yeah. Cocaine. Cocaine.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Yeah. Yeah, I heard it was a lot better now.
Mhm. 30.
Here we go.
Yep.
And then Undertaker got concussed in the match. Yep.
Yep. Mm. Duh. I wonder why. There it is.
That's it was messy.
Yeah.
I remember watching it at your parents' house, bro.
Mhm. Oh, get the come on, Vince.
There he is.
Yep.
The cameraman.
Dude, this shot every time. Literally, like
Don't know how he didn't die right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Sheesh. See
Wow.
that chart?
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, like
Freaking penguin. I got an ad on my end and my laptop charger's not
Alright.
plugged in, so good timing.
Alright. Yeah, this is just like, I tuned back in around 2012, so, yeah, this, like, PG era was, I think, pretty much in the thick of it, so it coming out of, like, not watching from the Attitude Era, or I was I was just stopping during the ending of the Attitude Era, then getting back into it, into this, like, normal PG era, and none of the wrestlers that were watching what I was watching were there, so I had to just totally have a full new perspective of, like, all these new wrestlers, Sheamus, CM Punk, John Cena, you know, Randy Orton, and a lot of these guys that weren't really prominent in the Attitude Era or were just making their strides in the Attitude Era, probably when I wasn't even watching. So it was definitely a totally new perspective, but for them saying that, yeah, I mean, the families were loving it, but the true wrestling fans seeing the product were like, "What's this? This is like not the wrestling that I grew up on." So it's understandable they took a big loss. But again, it's what's best for business at times.
Yeah, I mean, you were still watching when Brock Lesnar first came in, right?
Um, when he first came in, when he was like doing the Kurt Angle match and Rock, I was not watching. I came in when
Okay.
he fought Cena for the first time. I think I knew of Brock Lesnar, but I don't think I saw him until he came in with Cena.
Okay,
I
which
think.
that was 2012. So yeah, is
Yeah,
that is about right. Yeah. Um
and I even think Lesnar, he had, went to MMA at that point, so he had taken some time off from WWE, and then he just came back, so he had just made his return.
okay. Um my ad's over, so let's get back into it. I have 44 minutes and 36 seconds remaining.
Okay, let me go back.
And thanks you all for being patient. I am the one with the ads on
Okay,
my Netflix account. So
all good. Yeah, I am at 44:36.
countdown initiated. Three, two, one, go.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was hardly watching when Beth Phoenix was,
Yeah, you
like,
still didn't really
going
watch
through the women
women's
roster.
wrestling at that point. Sometimes.
Well, Stephanie saw it as an opportunity
Mhm.
for herself to look good by empowering the women on the roster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's be let's be honest here.
Uh-huh.
I am happy with the women's division.
It's turned out pretty much the way, or if not even more than what they expected, so
Oh, yeah.
kudos.
I am so fucking pissed. I was at the Wawa gas station getting gas after teaching on my way to your apartment, and you were like, dude,
No
Shane
clue
McMahon is
this was
here."
coming.
None.
It was so funny because it popped.
Chills, bro, right now, goosebumps.
Yeah. We are too!
We are too. 8 years later, or no, he didn't say 2016. Even Vince is like, "Wow, they don't like you. They like you more than I do."
Yeah. Hey, at least they're getting the ratings in, bud. Yeah, that was a cool moment. Mhm. Tee-hee. Wait. Oh, they left the editing out of it because they definitely beat that in
Oh, well, yeah.
live.
Dude, we were all pulling for Shane so hard.
My Schmeat.
Yeah, 2016, 8 years.
Yeah,
When did you move into where you are now?
2016.
Okay, well, this was early 2016.
Yeah,
What you
we had
must have moved in shortly after.
we moved in June, so WrestleMania was like April-ish.
So, like,
So
literally 2 months after. Okay.
yeah, we had probably knew we were moving in. We were just getting stuff prepared.
Yeah, well, WrestleMania's in Texas.
Right.
Yeah, but dude, Shane still looked great after
Yeah.
being gone for so long. That was the
Uh-huh.
cool part. All the time.
This. No, not this, but yeah.
Show us him getting tossed through the King of the Ring
Oh my god.
wall.
Woo!
Right here. Here it
There
is.
you go. Didn't work.
He's lucky he didn't land on the top of his head, dude.
Yep, that's crazy. Oh,
Forgot about that part.
just fucking go.
Fucking bye.
Yeah. Oh,
That was
yeah.
wild, dude.
Yep. Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, you had to know when they were climbing up there that he was going to fall off.
This right here. You just knew what he was gonna do. Oh my god. My god.
Maybe.
That was a good match, though.
Yeah, it's because Shane leaned into it,
Right.
forced it out of him.
Like, "Come here." Yeah, okay, okay.
Vince isn't like, "Hey, I'm proud of my son." He's just like, "I didn't get this shit from my dad."
Right.
That's how Vince was.
Old school. All it took was jumping off the Hell in a Cell.
That's all he ever had to do.
Yeah. Hmm.
Add 45 seconds on the ad left.
Okay. Yeah,
I
man.
mean, so far so good. They are
I have a feeling
uh,
it's gonna take a turn soon
it's gonna take
because
a turn and it's just gonna get real bad.
because they're
It's gonna
they're
get real
they're soaking you up to be like, yeah, I mean, he's this father figure, and all the wrestlers are like trying to win his approval. They're doing this and that, but then something within this next. I mean, we have about another half hour to go, but something within this next like 5-10 minutes is just gonna be like, yes, swerve.
They've got us all buttered up, folks.
Don't believe the hype.
I am at 34 minutes and 7 seconds remaining.
All right, 34:06. Before we start, this isn't necessarily an not necessarily an ad, but I figured I would just put this in here, even though it's probably not going to go to anywhere. But this broadcast tonight, we're using Restream, and right now, if there's any live streamers out there or people who are looking to do any live streaming on their own, uh, Restream is doing a 50% off sale right now, Black Friday sale. So I believe that's on most of their tiers. So go ahead, and if you want to give Restream a try, I know on a personal level, I've done Restream for my music for a lot of years, and I have nothing really bad to say about them. They've been a very great company to give you what you need at a basic level of doing a lot of live streams. And when it comes to broadcasting and everything, you want to make sure your streaming and everything is really tight and you don't have a lot of dropouts. Tonight, as far as I know, we've been having a pretty steady broadcast and no dropouts, and our connections have been pretty well. So uh thank you to Restream for helping us make this possible tonight. So if you guys want to again give them a chance, they're doing a 50% off sale on their website, so go check it out and let them know that the One Set Bros sent you. So if it's not necessarily an ad, but a
Quick plug for
yeah,
the
a
restream.
quick healthy plug for you guys.
There you
So
go.
let's continue. See, I'm at 34:06. You said you're 30:07, so I'll give like a
It's
1 second
after I
delay
say
on it.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it,
Uh,
people.
let's do it. Three, two, one, go. Roman Reigns.
Roman. I can see it. I think you could tell that too.
Yeah.
And Tony.
You wrote me a check last week.
I was hoping we are gonna get him in this episode.
Did you catch Sting without his makeup?
Yeah,
I was like, that's just Steve Borden, another dude.
right.
And you knew that she meant that like for
Mhm.
realsies right there, right?
Right. Fail.
Tell you what, they couldn't say 9.99 enough
Yeah,
on
right.
commentary. Now she's what, education?
Yeah,
I think
right.
I saw. Like,
Leave that part out from now on.
leave that part out from now on. Biscuit.
Mm, took a while, but he got it.
Took a while. Yeah. Wow. Here we go. Because people start dying.
Yeah. Zing. Mhm. Mhm. when he breaks his quad again.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Close enough. Yeah.
Here we
Here we
go.
go. Of course he is.
Sure was. And
Yep.
everyone fricking cheered him.
Yep. And that was it. I'm sure he did.
Got an ad on my end again.
Okay. Yep. Starting to get dicey.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine in some notion that he wanted to continue his presence on air and with this company because any any withdrawing of that would seem like an admission of guilt, and he,
Right.
being Vince, wasn't about to do any of that. All right, I have 24 minutes and 37 seconds
Right
remaining.
on the nail.
Sweet. You want to do the countdown this time?
Sure. Yep. Like we have been doing. Let's do one, two, three, go. And on go, we're gonna press the play button. So here we go. One, 2, 3, go.
That's not Vince.
Mhm. Hmm. Mm. What do you mean by that? Mhm. Yeah.
At first.
Yeah. Hmm. Heat.
Hate.
Yep.
Biscuit.
Biff. Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just get us to Vince with the mustache already.
Right. There
There it is.
you go. 嗯
I love Paul Heyman, dude.
I was gonna say I love his like words.
Uh,
His philosophy on things is so badass.
well, and his delivery has always been second to none.
Phew.
10 years.
I was thinking about that too. I didn't even know how long. 10 years. Jeez. Wow.
Wow. Hmm.
2 days later. Yeah, this is when it really started getting bad.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, they read through this on YMH.
Mhm. Hmm. There you go. Mhm. Hmm.
No acting there, right?
Right. Mm, there you go.
And that's going to change.
There will be a bigger one.
Like, I mean, in Vegas, come on.
Yeah. Mm, mm. Give us something, Tony. Playing it safe.
Yep.
Hmm.
Bitch ass curls.
Right.
Mm, 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 mm.
Mm, wow. What a way to end that on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Uh, uh, this was one that I was like, yeah, no, Vince ain't gonna get out of this one, right?
No,
And
there was just too much baggage at that point for him to be like, yeah, he'll be able to get himself out of it. That he had to, and again, when he was with TKO, it's not like he was the head of the company, so he didn't have a lot of pull. So he's like, yeah, I got to get out of here before they tell me to leave.
yeah, I think the board was like, dude, you have two choices. You can resign on your own accord, or we can kick you off,
Right.
right? So I guess we'll find out within the next year, um, especially with Linda in Trump's cabinet. Like if that lawsuit gets dropped, I'm just everyone's gonna be like,
Right.
the system is absolutely fucked. I mean, and not that we don't think it already is.
Right.
Um,
But it'll definitely
rustle some
show how
feathers.
much. Yeah, and it'll show how much pull he really has too.
Well, it's gonna be a last standing testament of how powerful of a person that he is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
100%.
sure if you heard, but supposedly he's trying to start up a new wrestling promotion or something. But I'm not sure if it's just people, pushing fake news out there. But supposedly he's trying
I
to start something. But
I
who
am
knows?
curious to see who would want to work for him, and
Exactly.
how he thinks that promotion could be anywhere near competitive, right? Um, I mean,
Because at this point, I mean, even if the stuff gets dropped, I don't even think he could even get anywhere near WWE anymore. I don't know how he does. Because I mean, it's to the point where the company is sold, and you know, he, he's not the head guy anymore. So I think we've seen the last of Vince involved with WWE. But like I said,
I
we thought this day would come, but we never knew it would be like this.
I would have to say, as a fan of WWE, I hope to never see him again in WWE.
Yeah,
I mean, before all of this was a thing, I mean, Anth, how many years were we just hanging
tuning
on?
in, hanging on. Yeah, that was another thing I was going to say. I mean, with how much excitement that's going on with wrestling right now, it's in like the biggest boom we've seen in the last like 10, 15 years. And again, how many years before that were we just like, okay, let's just, we're not really paying attention to Raw, but we're kind of just like reading little things here and there, and we'll miss pay-per-views, but we're like, nah, same stuff, same people winning, same people doing this. Raw's the same 3 hours. You don't get many matches. You're getting a lot of dialogue, and this happens. Same matches, different night. So now you're at least getting women headlining Raws, and you're getting something different headlining every Raw. You're not getting the same segment at the end of the night on Raw every night either. Like you're getting and especially since the fact right now that it's only 2 hours, you're getting a lot more wrestling instead of dialogue. You don't have a lot of filler time with 2 hours.
Yeah, I think it's great. Jeez. I am excited to see where it goes because I know Triple H has been saying, we're still unsure if we're going to be 2 hours come January on Netflix or if we're going to go back to three. Uh, and I think Paul's really just like listening to the fans and being like,
I think he's definitely got that in tune to know that, like, hey, these are the people that are keeping the product alive, and if we, you know, feed them, then we're gonna be fine. There's not that you have to take the fans' advice every time, but you eventually got to listen to what they want at some points.
well, that was the thing is when we were hanging on and the one Monday Night Raw, it was Vince and Shane and Stephanie and Triple H standing in the ring and saying,
Yeah.
"We hear you," and then the
Oh
next
yeah, yeah,
couple
yeah, 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 yeah.
remember that? And within
Yeah.
the next couple of years, it was still the same old bullshit, like, all the time.
Yeah, like, it's gonna be a new this and new that, and we hear the
No,
comments and all that. Yeah, it was just a
we
bunch
didn't
of bull.
we didn't get all the new until he was gone, and
Right,
Triple H took over creative, and we were like, "Okay, let's see what Triple H does." And, like, we had full faith in him because of what he did in NXT, right?
right.
And, like, I you and I you and I have said count not countless, but I want to say hundreds of times that we're like, dude, wrestling is going to be cool again.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
going in the right
think,
direction. It was going in the right direction at the time.
yeah, I think um, WrestleMania 41 will definitely be telling because it will be the first full season, this WrestleMania to this WrestleMania with no Vince. Triple H is running the ship. So I know going into WrestleMania 40, Triple H was in charge of the creative, but back at WrestleMania 39, Vince was like back and involved
Yeah,
in 2023. So it 41 in Vegas, we'll be able to witness that, experience it, and when we do that Mania reaction episode, we need to do a Patreon special on reflecting on the year from WrestleMania 40 to 41 on
yeah,
let's talk about the past year of wrestling, zero Vince McMahon from this WrestleMania to this WrestleMania, because that will be a giant analysis of like, okay, is the company going to succeed without Vince? And I'm already here to say, yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
the the UFC merger with Endeavor to create TKO, The Rock being on the board, I'm like, this company is going nowhere but up, man.
Yeah, I
So,
mean the good things going forward, and uh, like like you said, I think WrestleMania 40 was a pivotal thing to show that Paul Levesque can really turn this thing into something special. So, I'm looking forward to what 41 is going to be like, 40, even 42, because like I said, we've had a lot of predictions going into 42, possible, scenarios of what they want to do. So,
I mean,
it's
if it's Rock and Cody at 41, then we finally we'll finally get the Rock and Roman match at
yeah,
42. And then after that, the Rock is finally done and he will be the final Attitude Era person done.
on the
Done with
board. Yeah,
wrestling. Done,
I think
well,
this
like
final
done.
boss thing has to just, at this point, it has to end with him. Because final
Yeah.
boss Roman, to really like seal the deal that he is the top guy, has to go through the final boss. I mean, the final boss is, you know, the the top of the head of, any like the video games we used to play. It's Mortal Kombat, the top of the line dude you need to beat. Super Mario,
Well, and
Bowser,
and the final boss, how timely did that come with Vince McMahon being gone? Like,
dude,
just perfect
perfect,
timing.
perfect.
Like, absolutely. And you're gonna get The Rock and Triple H battle for power on screen because it replicates, Vince and being a powerful Vince was the final boss forever, right?
Yeah,
And that's why everyone gravitated to Austin, which is what they talked about. I think in episode 2 or 3 was the Attitude Era, right?
4 was the Attitude Era,
Episode 4 was. Holy smokes. Okay.
or
Yeah, because
3 or 4, one of those.
I
Yeah,
think I think 3 was Attitude Era, 4 was the Ruthless Aggression Era,
that's right.
and
Yeah,
then five was the
yeah, family business.
family business, right?
Yeah, this has
Yeah,
been great. I mean,
yeah.
this
I
the
mean,
series was more than what we thought, and it gave you a whole big perspective. Like, it was good that it didn't just show all the bad about Vince. It gave you a lot about you know his personality, like the pros and cons. They didn't try to stay all negative the whole time.
yeah. I thought it was pretty well balanced. I know,
That was what
Bru-
I was
I,
gonna say too.
I know Bruce Pritchard was like, "This doesn't feel balanced. It just feels like," and then he went on to say, "Yeah, Vince got my wife who had cancer and 4 years expect." What else was Bruce Pritchard gonna say after
Right.
his wife lived 24 years after that? And for him to feel that way, I don't think that he's lying when he's
No.
saying, "Yeah, this feels like how much how much can we make how much can we make Vince look like an asshole from his perspective because he has an emotional bond with him."
Yeah.
Us that
So
are fans that have watched Mr. McMahon on TV, and we hear about these lawsuits and we're like, okay, if it was one, you know, maybe that didn't happen. But when it's a half a dozen or more, it's like, yeah, he was definitely up to no good more than once,
right.
you know. So
Yeah, man. Great series, and I think we can probably wrap it up here.
yeah, I'm
And
good with it.
if you guys liked this content, you guys can be able to watch it on replay through our Patreon, and we can still promote this as the fact that, I mean, if you want to do the replay, watch the replay. All you have to do is sign up for free on our Patreon. It's right in our description. Patreon.com/one set pod. Sign up for free while this thing is still a free feature. We probably won't make it a paid tier for a little while once we start getting some good feedback from it. But as the time for now, while it's free, let's have some fun with it. And like I said, if you liked it, let us know. And anything that we can probably improve, or any ideas you would want us to do for watch alongs or something for exclusive stuff for the Patreon, just let us know. uh Other than that, you got anything else, bud? Sorry. You got anything else, bud?
Anth, I am looking forward to the next one where you are not feeling like shit. So
Me too. Yeah, I just want to have a normal sentence and not have to be like, yeah,
giggity, giggity. Yeah.
giggity, giggity. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Again, you know, I'm Anthony. This is my best friend Jim. We are the One Set Bros, and you have been watching the One Set Pod. We'll see you guys on the next one.